Hey, so in this video I have more examples of the chain rule. So we're just going to get right into it. First problem, we have f of t is equal to the square root of 5 minus t. So what you want to think about is two things, the inside and the outside function. So we're going to begin with the outside and find the derivative of that. The outside function in this case is the square root, and then the inside is 5 minus t. So the outside, what's the derivative of the square root of something? The derivative of a square root, or the square root of x, is 1 over 2 square root of something. So that's the derivative of the outside. Now we put g inside that. So we have, just write it down the way it is, 5 minus t. And now we multiply it by the derivative of the inside, or g. In this case, the derivative of the inside, 5 minus t, would be negative 1. Multiply it by negative 1. To simplify more, you get negative 1 over 2 square root of 5 minus t. That's your answer for the first problem. Second problem right here, let's zoom in. Again, we have the inside and the outside. So the derivative of the outside would be the derivative of the cube root of a function. In this case, it would be 1 over 3. And then, because if you think about it, this is basically in parentheses raised to the third power. It would be 1 over 3, and then minus 1, this right here, minus 1, like the power rule, and then you get negative 2 over 3. So 1 over 3 x to the 2 over 3. Right, like that. And then, so we're going to plug in g inside of x. And that would look like this. 1 over 3 times 6x squared plus 1. You just put g the way it is. And then you multiply the derivative of g, or the inside function, which would be 2. You bring down the power rule. 12 times x, 12x. So finally, if the 12x was right here on top, you would simplify more. You would get 4x over 6x squared plus 1. That's your final answer for this problem. Final one, number 3. Same thing. We have our outside function. The derivative of the square root of x is 1 over 2 times the square root of, or 1 over 2 times the square root of something. And in this case, we put g, right here, g. We just write it the way it is, 4 minus 3x squared. And then finally, you multiply it by the derivative of g, the inside function, and then you would get negative 6x as the derivative. So you want to simplify more, you would end up with, because now the 6x, you multiply it with this whole function, and you get a 6x over 2 square root of 4 minus 3x squared. To simplify more, you get 3x all over the square root, of 4 minus 3x squared.